Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to take you through 5 killer Michael Jackson bass lines from easy to more advanced. I'll see you inside the video. Hey guys, it's James here from eBassGuitar, and whenever I'm listening to any great artist, part of what I'm always checking out is his or her bass lines. For me, they are always an integral part of the song. So today I want to look at one of the greatest artists in the world, Michael Jackson, because unquestionably he has some of the most killer bass lines ever written. So today I'm going to take apart 5 of those. But before we get going, I'd love to ask you guys a question. What artist in the world do you think has the greatest bass lines? Let me know in the comments below. So guys, just before we hit the video content today, I want you to know that there's a completely free PDF that comes with this lesson, so you can see all of the bass lines we're discussing today written out in standard notation and tab. You can grab your free copy in the link in the description below. So the 5 bass lines we're going to look at today are literally the tip of the iceberg. So we're going to start simple and then get more complex. So here's our first bass line. So that, of course, is Bad, which is the title track of the album, also named Bad, from 1987 by Michael Jackson. Now, this is a great bass line because it's simply based around the first 4 notes of the A minor pentatonic scale, but with this great little added chromatic note. So let me take you through it. It's a 2-bar riff. Let's look at bar 1. So this is the first bar. So those notes are simply an A, a C, a D, this D sharp chromatic note, and then an E. And the first 3 notes are quarter notes, so 1, 2, 3, and then 2 8th notes on the end. 1, dum, bum, bum, bum. Now, this is the cool little tweak that happens in the second bar. It's exactly the same, but they put a rest for half a beat on beat 1 of the bar. So we literally kind of snap into that second beat. So it sounds like this. 3, 4. And so you get the contrast of bar 1 to bar 2. So let me put the whole thing together now. So you almost get this little breath on the first beat of the second bar. So let's play it with the drum machine so you can hear the whole thing in action. So here's bass riff number 2. Let's see if you recognize this one. So that's Billie Jean from the 1982 Thriller album. Now the challenge with this bass riff is you have to be incredibly consistent. It's made up of 8th notes and you need to play this 1-bar riff for the best part of perhaps a minute, minute and a half before the bridge section comes in. So that's the challenge. So let me show you the notes. So it starts on an F sharp and then we go down to a C sharp, to an E, to an F sharp, first 4 notes. Then the second part of the riff is E, C sharp, B, C sharp. So my challenge to you is to learn this riff and see how long you can play it without making a mistake or deviating. I promise you, it'll be harder than you think. So here's the riff with the drum machine. thriller bass line number 3. So that, of course, is Thriller, the title track from the 1982 Thriller album. Now, the great thing about this riff, again, is it's only 1 bar long. But the little challenge there's this little 16th note at the end of the bar. That little subtlety is what makes this super funky, and you have to concentrate on placing that right. So let's go through it. We'll go through the first 5 notes to begin with. It's simply a B, a C sharp, an E, and then an F sharp, and then you have to play a short C on the 3rd beat of the bar, like this. So it's just simply. But then there's this little snatched grabbed note right at the end of the 4th beat on the last 16th note, from an open A to a B there. So you end up with this 3, 4. And notice how that little snatch 16th note injects the funk into the bass line. So listen out for that. So again, play this round and round and see how long you can play it without deviating. I promise you, it'd be more challenging than you think. So guys, we're halfway through, and I'd love to ask you, if you're enjoying this video, please make sure you subscribe to the eBassGuitar YouTube channel, because we release a lesson every single week designed for beginner to intermediate bass guitar players who want to push their bass playing to the advanced level. There's a red subscribe button somewhere around this video. So this is bassline number 4. So that's Beat It again from the 1982 Thriller album, with that incredible solo on there by the guitarist Eddie Van Halen. Now, I love this bass riff because it's so unusual. It's also doubled with the guitar part too, and it goes at quite a tempo. This goes at 139 beats per minute. It's over 2 chords, a bar of E minor and then a bar of D. So let's take it apart. So the interesting thing is we need to push into the 1st beat of the bar. So we need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and. So the first note is placed on beat 4 and of the previous bar. Then we simply go up the first 3 notes of an E minor triad. So that is an E, a G, and a B. And then this is the interesting note here. We hit the G again, up the octave there, and then go back to the E and land directly on the 3rd beat of the bar. So we end up with this 1, 2, 3, 4. So play that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, here's the other next interesting thing. We're going into a bar of D, and we end up with this bass line. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what we're doing there is we're pushing into the bar on beat 4 and again, but we're hitting an F sharp there, and the F sharp is the 3rd of a D major chord. So we end up with this pattern, which is F sharp to an E, and then 2 Ds on beats 2 and beats 3 of the bar. Now we have the whole riff, and of course we push back into the E minor chord again. So let's play it without drum machine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like so. So let's play the riff with the track now. So let's go back in time for riff number 5. So that is Shake Your Body Down to the Ground from 1978 album by the Jacksons, Destiny. This for me is one of the all-time most funky bass lines out there. It's a 2-bar bass line based over the chord of G7. And the great thing is once you've got this bass line down, there is so much fun you can have with it from that point forward. So let me teach you the bass line. This is the first bar. Like so. So this riff starts off with a low G on the first beat of the bar. Then we go into 3 offbeat 16th notes on the octave G and the 5th fret on the D string. Like so. And then those lead into an F, which is directly placed on beat 3 of the bar. So you end up with this. Then to finish that bar off on beat 4, we get an E and then a D right at the end of the 4th beat, which leads us back into the G. That D is just snatched at the end of the bar. Now the second bar is very similar. So it starts off with the low G and the 3 offbeat 16th notes. Then we go into 2 Fs and then E, D, and these are just straight 8th notes. So this bass line is all about the push and pull of the offbeat 16th notes and then the notes which are placed directly on the beat. So to finish off this lesson, I'm going to play this bass line. I'm going to play it a few times as written, then I'm going to break out and jam and have some fun over it, because this is incredible for playing 16th note funk bass lines in the style of Jaco Pastorius, Rocco Prestia, Norman Watt-Roy, for instance. So let's check this out. So guys, that's the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. So please let me know, what artists do you think have legendary and awesome bass lines? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to download the free PDF that comes with this lesson so you can see everything written out in standard notation and tab. Also, if you're looking to push your bass guitar playing up to that next stage, jump over to eBassGuitar.com, check out the Bass Lab Plus. That's my private members training program where you can learn more cool skills and techniques and tips just like in this video. So check out the Bass Lab Plus over at eBassGuitar. Cheers, and I will catch you next time.